Hi, this is the Teaserking coming to you with my latest for 2012, my latest picks and analysis. This will be for week 1 in the college, just to get started. Also with a few helpful hints how to play in the beginning of the season. Well, we'll look at college first. We got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Nice little selection. Well, let's first we can look at the South Carolina Vanderbilt game. South Carolina's laying 7. The game's at Vandy. I like South Carolina in this game. They match up. They've won the last 4, which is always a good sign. Every game's about matchups. Every game's about trends. And if you match up well against your opponent, you beat them, and that's why you get upsets. They're really not upsets. It's just that one team's strength beats the other team's weakness, vice versa, and that's what you're looking for. So the trend here is South Carolina. I like South Carolina. They got a returning quarterback. So does Vanderbilt. They got Rodgers' brother, Aaron Rodgers' brother, and they're laying 7. The game's in Vandy. The trend's there to take South Carolina. They're a good road favorite. They're both SEC teams. I just think South Carolina's the better team. They have to win the game. I think they're going to win their division. It's them and Georgia. I don't think Florida's going to be that strong this year. So I just look at, it's a must-win game for South Carolina to compete. And you're only laying 1 point. Lattimore's back. Their defense is strong. I just think it's the trend. Next game I'll look at is Southern Miss and Nebraska. Normally, you might think Southern Miss is good. They're getting 20 points in this game. But Larry Federo, their coach, is now a coach at North Carolina. Their quarterback moved on to the NFL. He was a 3 or 4 year starter there. Their best running back is injured. One thing I like to do in the beginning of the year is bet against new quarterbacks on the road, specifically from a weaker conference going to a stronger conference. Then we add in that Nebraska, Martinez is not new, and now he's in his 3rd year there. Same offensive coordinator for the first time. And the running backs there. And I just look at Nebraska. They're going to pound it, and pound it, and pound it. And the score I came up with, there's a girl I work with who's from Nebraska, and I tease her and I say they're going to win, but I really feel this. They're going to win 45-3 is the score I gave her. And I honestly think that that's what's going to happen. I think, first of all, Southern Miss with the new coach, new quarterback, the kid's not going to just walk in and light it up against Nebraska in his first game on the road. He's going to be nervous, going to be scared. I don't care what you say. You just don't walk into places like Nebraska, Oklahoma on your first game. Yeah, you can walk into Rice and SMU. It'll do fine, but you don't go into Nebraska. So I don't see a lot of offense coming from Southern Miss. On the other hand, Nebraska, Martinez just running the option and running the ball. I just think that they're going to just pound it at them, and I think they're bigger and stronger. Southern Miss usually has a good pass defense. That's how they beat Houston. That's how they beat Tulsa. But Nebraska's going to be running it down their throat. And even when they're just trying to kill the clock and they'll get up 3-4 scores, they're just going to keep running the ball down their throats. So Nebraska has to win the game. These out-of-conference games, the Big Ten's very competitive. It's not the SEC. But the idea is Nebraska, it's going to be tough. They got to play Michigan and Michigan State. They got to play Iowa, and it's just tough games. And when they get a chance to win here, they have to take that chance. I think Nebraska, when it's done, will be a top 20 team. I don't think they'll be a top 10 team. They don't have the defense for the Big Ten, but they're getting there. But I look at this as they kind of want to come out on fire and really show something this first game. And there's no way they'll keep them under 40 points, and I just don't see Southern Miss scoring too many points. So I'm calling 45-3. Nebraska will kill them here. two more games. The Michigan-Alabama game. This game I'm really looking at, and I really don't get the line. Why is Alabama 14-point favorite over Michigan? I honestly don't get this. Alabama's lost 8 guys on defense. Trent Richardson's gone. They don't have any receivers, and they didn't have any receivers last year. And they did with Julio Jones 2 years ago, Julio Jones, but not last year. Even against LSU, in the first game against LSU at home, they only could kick, but they missed 2 field goals were either blocked or missed, and then they only got 3 field goals. They have no really offense. They're not a strong offensive team. They did hire the Boise State offensive coordinator, which was probably the best move Saban's made, but that's not going to happen now. He doesn't have the players for it. There's better talent in Boise's offense than there is on Alabama's offense. Alabama's got a good defense. It's a scheme, but let's look at where they have problems. They have problems against Cam Newton, who's a running quarterback who can throw the ball, and that's what Denard Robinson is. Denard's now a senior. He's played against big defenses: Michigan State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Iowa, Virginia Tech. They beat Virginia Tech. They got a top 10 defense last year in the Sugar Bowl. So I don't know why everybody's acting like Michigan's not been there or Rich Rodriguez is still the coach. Michigan's defense is very good. They had to replace a few guys on the line, but basically, I am predicting the upset here. I'm going to take Michigan 20-16 over Alabama. I just think in a teaser, first of all, in a teaser, let's just look at the teaser. Alabama's now 14-point favorites. You get Michigan in 20. Okay, Denard's going to throw one of his crazy passes that he runs around. He might even break one option run or a quick hitter up the middle. I mean, Alabama, if they're going to put 9 guys in the box, Michigan will play action pass them like they do a lot, and that's really where Denard's the best, is that first down, fake it to the halfback, and then he goes back to pass, and the guy's wide open on the post pattern. So if Alabama wants to put 9 on the box, he's going to burn him with that, and he's too fast. He's going to read the blitz, and they're going to blitz a lot. Now the second thing is Denard's going to beat him on an option or just running the ball. If they back out and don't have 9 in the box, he'll outrun them. He's faster than the Alabama defense. He's a 4.2 40 guy, maybe a 4.1 40 guy. So his speed is just as fast as Alabama's. Alabama blitzes. Okay, but you don't have a drop back passer here. You got an option attack, you got a running attack, but it's a very balanced attack. So I give Denard one of those option. He fakes the run and he throws and hits the wide receiver on a post pattern. He does that once a game. They'll have one where he scrambles around, hits the guy wide open, because Alabama is not going to, they're not going to cover. If they're going to blitz, they can't cover. They can't do both. And so he'll do one or the other. That's 2 scores. That's 14 points there. So now you got 20. That's 34 points. Where's Alabama going to find 34 points? They can't. I mean, I don't care. Michigan's defense is not the Rich Rodriguez. A high school team could score 50 on them. They held teams to 16, 20 points. Very competitive. And they run the ball. And Alabama's going to run the ball. So that's going to leave you a lot of running, which will leave you a lower scoring game. There's no way Alabama puts up 35 points in this game. It's impossible. So if I got 2 scores from Denard and 20 points, it's 34 points. Where are they getting 35 from? They're not going to throw 5 pick sixes. He ain't going to fumble the ball and return it for touchdown 15 times, and they're not going to get punt and kickoff returns. So I really don't see it. Like I said, I think they'll get 3 field goals and 1 touchdown. I think Michigan wins the game 20-16. The final game, it's a very strong game, is Washington against San Diego State. It's the same theory. Washington has their quarterback back. San Diego State lost the quarterback, Ronnie Hillman, the running back. So they got a new quarterback. They lost them both to the pros. So they got a new running back, a new quarterback going to Washington. First start. Washington has their quarterback. Excuse me for not knowing the names. I'm going off my my page here. But Washington has an experienced quarterback who's very, very good, and I just find that they'll light it up. They're only laying 14. You cut it to 8. I don't see San Diego State playing them close. Washington by at least 21 here, probably more. And those are my week 1 picks. Another strong dog is North Carolina State against Tennessee. North Carolina State is a very strong offense. Tennessee's best receiver, I think, had to transfer, got kicked off the team or something. So I just find this a very strong dog, the dog of the week, North Carolina State. Outside of that, what you look for is you play the good quarterbacks. You play Matt Barkley. Last year we played Andrew Luck to death. We played Robert Griffith to death. This year you got the top 10 quarterbacks. You just look for. Oh, I don't have them on the top of my head. I'll do another one on those. I apologize. West Virginia's got a very strong quarterback. Washington, Price, Michigan with Denard, Iowa's got a good quarterback. And you're just looking at the good quarterbacks early in the year. You're betting against the new quarterbacks. It's going to take the guy a couple of games to get his feet wet, get comfortable. This is college. He's just starting. He's got to get used to it. It's like dating the beautiful girl. You see her. It takes you a few dates to get comfortable with her. Then you're comfortable. Well, it's like that anything in life. Starting a new job, a new girl, anything, it takes you a little bit to get comfortable. And that's what happens here. It's going to take them at least 2 or 3 games to get comfortable. That's what I look at in the beginning of the year. You bet against these new quarterbacks, these weak quarterbacks, new coaches. How will Urban Meyer do? I don't know. It depends on the team. I think he'll do okay. I don't know how good Braxton Miller is running his offense. So we'll find out. But, you know, some of these new coaches and new quarterbacks, you give them 2 or 3 games to get used to it. And that's really how I bet college the first few weeks. I'm taking the strong quarterbacks. I'm looking at that mismatch where the bigger conference, the SEC's playing at Conference USA or things like that. And I basically go, that's how I'm looking at it. And you got all these strange suspensions and drug things and players getting kicked out, so you got to be careful with that. But just watch the news, watch the weather. You got a hurricane in Louisiana, Miami, and areas like that. And that's basically week 1. The site's up and working. If you have any emails, please email me. You can go to the site, teaserking.com. And certainly you can leave a comment here. You can go there and send me an email, or just go to my email, hrobins77@gmail.com, and just ask. One gentleman asked me about Florida and Ohio State. Florida, I don't know. I don't like the coach. I don't like their system. I think they're going to be an average team. And Ohio State, the first week, I don't know. Bowling Green, who do they got? Ohio State's got Miami of Ohio. I don't really get into the MAC teams that much. There's too many teams. I try to avoid MAC and the Troy Conference. I do know Ohio I do like against Penn State. I think they'll easily win that game. But I don't know. Ohio State's laying a lot of points. I'd watch them the first few weeks. I think there's much better. I'd rather take Nebraska all day than Ohio State here. And that's about it. So please go to the site, www.teaserking.com. Give me comments. This year on the site, I'm actually putting the teaser together as opposed to just listing the games. So you'll see the teaser play, the actual play together. It's a 2-team teaser as opposed to just listing the games, and maybe that'll make it easier or not. I'll put Nebraska in 2 or 3 teasers this week, as I would with Washington, and I'll play Michigan in 1, and I'll play South Carolina in 1. But the real strong games, I'll play in 2-3 teasers, and that's the best way to play teasers. So anyway, good luck. Have a good year. Please email me, and I'll be doing the pros soon. Okay, have a great day, and I look forward to giving you winners and winners and winners this season. Alright, have a nice day. Thank you very much.